Yes. It's Steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Steven and this is Steel, keeping it real. So you know what today is.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
That's right, it's Friday. It's Female Friday. And this day I like to feature female artists, past, present, or future on the channel. Now, this isn't necessarily, it is a female artist, but she is part of a group. And the name of the group is called Book of Love.
Who?
And the name of the artist, who's the lead singer of the group, is called Susan Ottaviano.
Who are you talking about?
Now, I don't even know what I was doing a couple of weeks ago when I put this into a template where I found this song, or I found this group, and I was like, I don't remember this group's name.
Fuck if I know.
But I remembered one of their songs. Now, they had a bigger hit with a song called Boy in 1985. Than this song, which is called I Touch Roses. Now, Book of Love didn't really come onto the scene until 1985 because they were touring with Depeche Mode in 1985. And that's when those two songs that I mentioned were hitting the charts. And it just sounds like something you would hear in the background of a John Hughes movie. And I went to look online, and it says that this movie was also in the 2000 movie American Psycho, but I can't find the clip nowhere. But it says it was in the movie American Psycho, and there was a game called American Psycho, and there's like a kind of like an 8-bit version of the song in the game. But
You're a stuttering Stanley.
it's when I heard the very beginning and heard the original music is when I was like, I remember that song. And I remember that song because I came back to the United States in 1985 in 1984.
Senior moment!
After leaving the UK. And in 1985, I was still hanging around people who were more geared towards what I had just left in the UK, which meant that I was hanging out with people who were new wave or goth or things of that nature. And I was kind of into that music. That's why I like things like Skinny Puppy and, synth pop. And Book of Love are an American synth pop group, as that's what they call, and they are from Pennsylvania.
I did not know that.
So I just remember this song in the back of my mind, and when I heard it, I was like, I don't think I've heard that song since 1985, but I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that remember this particular song and dancing to this particular song in the clubs, because I believe it was still a standard later on in the 80s and into the 90s, and you will see on the charts why I would say that. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this song did do on the charts.
Now it's time for a breakdown.
And Lamo went to number 60 in Canada, but it went to number 8 on the Billboard Hot Dance Club Play. And again, I just remember hearing this song in a club. And I'm thinking it was probably more or less like the late 80s as opposed to the mid 80s, because in 83 and in 83 is when I was first buying albums for myself, and because I had my own job, and in 84 I moved, and I didn't get another job until 87. So in between that time frame, I really didn't have the money to buy my own stuff. So I was able to go to clubs in 1987, and again, I used to go to like new wave clubs with my friends who lived in Colorado Springs. So, but I just kind of liked the groove. I just liked the feeling of the song. This particular song, they said they had a song called Pretty Boys and Girls, and that's when they had their biggest pop influence, because it was one of the first songs that was on the radio that was addressing the AIDS epidemic that was happening at the time. So if you like videos like this and others on the channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm trying to do at least 5 videos each and every week. Keyword is on try. So without any further ado, here is Book of Love and I Touch Roses.
Who's been painting my roses red? Who dares to paint with vulgar paint the royal flower bed? For painting my roses red, someone will lose his head.
right, so that was Book of Love and I Touch Roses, and I hadn't heard the full song since 1985. I only heard that first part where the keyboards come in. I was like, oh, I remember that song, and I started to do the research or whatever, but I never listened to the remaining portion of it.
Dumbass.
So I haven't heard that song in 40 years.
I know what I said. I know what I said, okay?
Wow. So, the synth is really nice on that. The beat is really nice on that. And it sounded like they were mixing a little bit of early hip hop into that, because it almost sounded like there was a little bit of scratching and things of that nature. So I'm not mad at it or anything like that. It actually brought the song up, and it made it like that's why that this song made it to number 8 on the dance charts, because it was a dance song. And I liked in the video, it showed like they were performing on some type of show. It was probably something like, I don't think it was American Bandstand. It might have been something else. But then the latter part of the video just showed kids dancing in a club, and that was, like I said, the kind of people I was hanging out with in high school and later on into the early 90s, when I used to go to this bar on campus that was called Crazy Mamas, and those are the kind of people that were in there. They kind of looked like that. And so it was a nice scene. I mean, again, nobody ever threaten me or anything like that, like you shouldn't be in here. I actually remember sitting down at the bar at Crazy Mamas, and this would have been like 1991, and I was sitting next to a guy called Ronald Cole. Unfortunately, he passed away, but I'm sitting there not realizing that this guy is in a band. He just looks like, you know, everybody else in there, except, you know, painted black fingernails and things of that nature. I just looked like me, and we were having a good conversation. And then when I found out that he passed away, I was like, I met that guy. So it was pretty cool. But I'd like to know what you guys think. I'd like to know. Leave your comments down below. If you are dancing to in the club to this song, if you own this song, I'd like to know. So if you are still here, I thank you very much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it. First and foremost, I want you guys to like the videos as much as I like making them for you. After that, all you need to do to help me out with the channel is to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.